Hi everyone, my name is Kaushal and this is the video number 5 of the project Student Management System. In this video number 5, I am going to discuss the feature number 7. In this feature number 7, we are retrieving the top performer and class analytics. So, we are going to retrieve the full class ranking, grade distributions, top performer and class analytical reports. In this means how many students are there, what is the class average, what is the highest scores of the class, lowest scores of the class, how many students are passed and how many students are failed. And after that I will also display the top 3 performer. And next I will also display the full class ranking, who is the number 1 and who is the last one. And grade distributions, how many students got the grade A and how many students are got the grade plus A plus, and in similar manner C or A. Next I am going to retrieve the subject by class average, how many students are good in Python and in math, DSA, English and science, and among them which subject is the best, means students have more scores in which subjects and in which subject they score less. So here that we have to bifurcate and pay attention on those subjects. After that we are also analyze the low percentage, low attendance, who has less than 75, so find out those name of the students, and at last I am going to retrieve the total number of students which are coming from the which cities. So for this I am going to defining the new method named class analytics. In this method I use the concept of sorting, slicing, set, loop and dictionary comparison. So first of all, this is the header that will be print in output, and also define all the variables which store the average of different parameters, like student average, average of students, average of alls, passing count, fail count, low attribute, low attention, low attendance, grade count and subject average. So we initialize with the empty list, and we initialize these variable with the 0, which is the integer int, and low attributes also a list, and grade count is a dictionary, and subject average is also a dictionary, and it will retrieve the value from the subject like this, means subject and empty list. So we initialize this variable like this. So this is the example of dictionary comprehension. Now come to the for loop. Here we retrieve the record of each students and get the status of each student and store inside this variable get state. This is the helper function that I have already defined above. I can show here also. This is the get states method. Here I will give the student as an input argument, and it will provide the these output in the terms of dictionary, like total, average, highest, lowest, best subject, weak subject, grade, remark, failed subject, attendance percentage, and result, whether pass or fail, that has been defined from here. Attendance percentage is defining by this calculation, or you can say this logic, means student attendance divided by the total classes. Failed subjects, here also this is the example of list comprehension. We retrieve through the marks dot item. Marks is the dictionary, contains the key value pair like this, right? This is a key value pair, and from this we put some parameter. This can be called as a filter. If m is less than passing marks, then put all those subjects from here also, and finding out the grade and remarks. This is another helper function that we have defined. This is the grade function. I will tell you here. Yes, this is the get grade function. We define the input parameter, and we grade rules also a dictionary. From this dictionary we find out the minimum, grade, and remarks, and if your average is greater than minimum, then it will return the grade and remark, otherwise it will return the fail. And these are the variables that we have already defined here. See, grade rules, these are the sum rules for finding out the grades and remarks also, and these are the subjects. This is the tuples. Why it is tuples? Because the number of because the subjects are fixed. This is also a tuple. Why it is so? Because the rules are also fixed, and total subject is 5, maximum marks is 100, and passing marks is 40, and total class is 60, and institute name is Python Coding Academy. So these are the variables, and these are the database, and after that these are the helper function. So with the help of this function, we find out the stats, some different stats. From the stats we put the average value inside this variable. After that we append inside this list. What we are going to append? Number one is student's name, second is average of that students, and that grade, student grades, as you already check here. Grade, average, and student name comes from the dictionary. Student name is coming from this here. So it is appending inside this student average. So all the students records of name, average, and grade append inside the list, and output looks like that: name, average of that student, and what is the grade. So this, the output of this variable looks like this. After that we append we append the average of each student inside this list, and here we are counting the pass student. If result of states is pass, then count the pass count plus 1, and else file count plus 1. So with the help of this we can find out the total number of pass student and total number of fail students. To find out the low attendance, use the attendance percentage of stats that we have get from this method. attendance percentage. If student attendance is divided by total class multiplied by the 100. So this is less than 75. It means these students have lowest percentage, and we add those student names in this list, row 88. After that, this is the grade distribution, means in total number of students, how many students find the A grade, B grade, A plus 1, C grade. This output of this statement is looks like that. See here, get the state of grade. So this output is A. G is equal to grade states. Now this comes the A. Now grade count of G means grade count of A is equal to grade count dot get G slash 0. What is the meaning of grade get G0? Why it is used? I will explain here. If suppose for any grade there is no record, in those case it will return the by default value of 0, so that this code execute successfully. So this will count the number of student having the grades. So the output of this statement looks like this. Now come to the method of where we are finding out the subject by marks. So for the student, marks dot items, you already know the what is the variable type of marks. Marks is the dictionary. So from this dictionary we find out the key value pair, means Python and corresponding marks, and we put inside the subject average dot append marks. So output would will be like that: Python having 95, 85. So total number of the students, some of students find out a 95, some on 85, and in the same manner for the subject of some student will find out a 90 or 70. So output of this variable looks like that, means we iterate to for the each students of marks, and we put the subject appends the marks. So output would be like that, like this. Now this is subject wise average. Now student by average. So we already get the student average from this variable. So output would be output of this variable looks like it. Means first one is the name of the student, second one is the average, and third one is the grade. So here we are going to sort of these tuples on the key of 91. How we are sure that it will be sorted on the grade? By using the key is equal to lambda x x1, means second one. So we assume this as a key, and after that we sorted, and reverse equal to true. It means that it will be sorted on descending order, means put the highest average on the first after that lowest, in the say in this manner it is sorted out. Now comes to the first parameter that we are going to present in this report is total students. How can we find out the length of students? Students is the dictionary containing the many students records. Next one is a class average. How what is the formula of finding the class average? Sum of all average defined divided by length of all average. Here we got from here this. Here we are appending inside this list of each students of average. So this is a class average. In the same manner, we use the max function, min function to find out the highest and lowest of the class, and passing percentage means total number of students, pass counts divided by total number of students into 100. So this will give the passing count and fall count also in the same manner we print out. Total fail student will be like this. This is the pass count and this is the passing percentage. So see the first report of this function is looks like that. Total number of students is 8, class average is 76.03, highest score is this, lowest score is this, and passing count is 7. 7 divided by 8, it will becomes the 87.5, and fall count is 1. So this is first analytical report which we derived from this function. Now second is to find out the top 3 performer. So how do we find out the top 3 performer? By enumerating the student average. Here we sorted out on the basis of second parameter of which is the what is this 91. This is the based on average. So we enumerate on this list and retrieve the first 3 variable and put inside the name, average, grade, and for I this is the index. So here we print the medal I, name, average, and grade. Medal I means this is the list. Medal 0 will represent this, medal 1 will represent this, and medal 2 represent this. So see the output of top 3 performer looks like this. Top 3 performers: student name, average, and grade. So this is the second report of class analytical report. Now come to the third report which will provide the full class ranking. So here we use the enumerate student average that I already determined, I already derived from here and sorted on the average value, and in here indexing will start from the 1. This is the second argument of the enumerator, and that second argument denotes the start from where the indexing of that enumeration will start. So by default is 0 and we override by 1, so it will start from the 1 and took the name, average, grade variable, and rank means this is the position of particular records, and var is equal to this into integer of average and divide by 10. So this will increase the var if average is larger, and if it is small it will print less width, and after that we print the rank, name and average, and grade and var. See the output here and it will be clear. Full class report, number 1, student name, average and grade, and this is the displaying. If the average is greater, its width will be the higher, and average is the lesser, its width will be a lesser. This is the output of full class ranking. Now next report is grade distribution. How do we derive from here? So grade counts. How do you find out the grade counts? This is the grade count, and output of grade counts looks like this. How many students will find out the A grade, how many students find out the C grades. So this is output of grade count, and after that we sorted grade count dot the keys. So it's sorted on the keys, means it will be sorted on the A, after that B, after that C, after D, T. This dictionary will be sorted on the grade. And after that we find out the variable of grade. So value of grade will be the A, B, C and D. And find it out the count, grade count of grade means grade count of A. So it will give the output of this, how many students will be there. I will put it downside so it will be easy. So sort it on the key and find it out the variable of value of this one count, and put the grade, var and count of students. So output of grade distribution looks like this. Grade A, var will be the high if the number of students is high, and less it will be if number of students are less. So output of grade distribution looks like this. Now next report is subject by class average. Now how would I find out? These are the some decoration type of output you can see here. Yes, subject by class average. This is the upper line, this is the lower line. So this is the upper line and this is the lower line. After bit in between, this is the statement. Now student average final. How we find out the variable of this value of this variable? So it iterate over the subject average. Subject average output looks like this dot items. So in the value of sub is the Python and marks will be the this value. After that I find after that we took the value of subject and marks. Here we do the calculations. As we already discussed in the dictionary that we can do the calculation on the value also. So here sum of the marks divided by length of the marks and took the round number. So this will provide the subject and percentage of this one. After that, after finding out the subject and the percentage, took the maximum value and took the minimum value. This key average dot keys average final dot get, it means it find out the calculated value means this value, and minimum value will be based on again this value. So which have minimum value of this calculation, it will returns inside the weak subject, and based which has the maximum percentage, it will return the particular subjects. Now again this is the dictionary. So we iterate over subject average in this item. Tag is equal to best if subject is equal to best subject. How we find out the best subject? Who has the maximum percentage? So if subject is equal to best subject, it will return the best, and otherwise it will return the need attention. If subject is equal to weak, otherwise it will return the null value. So this is the tag. Now var count, as we already discussed, its width increase depending on the average value. If it is high, so its width of bar will be the increase, otherwise it will return the less width of the bar. After that, we print the subject, average, var and tag. Now come to the attendance report. First of all, we see the output of this function. See, subject of Python, this percent, maths, this, and after that we annotate the best or need attention, otherwise it is showing the null. So the output of this for loop looks like this. So here we use the dictionary dot item. This is one of the example of dictionary also. Now next is the attendance alert. How do we calculate? If low attendance is less 75, print the name of particular that students, and low attribute we already calculated here. This is the list and appending the student name if attendance is less than 75. So print those print the name of those students, otherwise it will print all students have good attendance. So output of attendance reports looks like this. Low attendance this, then these are the name of the students which has low attendance. Okay, now this is example of for loop and else also. Now last report is the name of the cities from where the total students are coming. So for S in the student, find out the S of city name, and here we use the set unique cities. So city name Kolkata, as the city for as student, and this. Now second is the length of city, here it is printing, and after that we use the dot join property and sorted on the city and print on one line. So output of this report looks like this and sorted on the first character. So this is the overall functionality of to finding out the class analytic reports. Hope I am able to give the clarity of each line of this function, and if you find any confusion, kindly put inside the comment section. I will try to give the answer and removing your doubts. and in the next video I am going to discuss about the next feature, which is the attendance tracker. Till then, bye and have a good day and keep learning. See you in the next video. Thank you so much.